Yeah, and just looking at the Turkey team, then number 25, Azra Sert, gets his start in goal. Number 4, Sene Yavuz, is the standout defender, and number 3, Tan Göksal, who's a defensive partner. And all the players are based in their home Turkish league, with the roster split over 6 different clubs, 7 of them with Buz Adamla. So I guess it helps, doesn't it, having that familiarity if you've got your club teammates there alongside you internationally as well.
Yeah, you've kind of got that core, haven't you? Yeah. Players that you play with week in, week out. It'll only help how they gel on the national stage.
And looking at the Netherlands then, again number 25, Elaine Wilks, or Wilkes I think it is pronounced in Dutch, gets his start in goal. The top defensive pairing of Malin Huymans, number 4, and number 12, Roos Kaas. They've both got points already in the tournament. But the player to watch out for offensively is number 17, Emily Oostborn, who has got 4 points. And she is actually born in California, Cerritos, plays for the Anaheim Lady Ducks. So if you've got that sort of American training, I guess you're going to be a standout star, aren't you?
Yeah, that's it. Anybody that kind of goes over to America and Canada and learns the hockey as a youngster, they always come back a better player.
Certainly so, yeah, and she was one of the scorers against GB in that opening game on the Saturday. So just got to get underway here then, and it is going to be the Dutch who come out with a puck first. Nina Visser in control now as she sends it along the right wing boards. Puck just sitting on the red line there. Oostborn will usher it back to defender Roos Kaas. And then on the far side, looking to play it into Van der Glas, the number 19. Kaas will control. Got Huymans there alongside her as a passing option, but she'll control the puck herself and switch the play out to the left wing off the boards, but read by Göksal, who directs it into a bench. But a slow build up there. The Dutch quite patient there as they try to carry out the zone.
I think that'll be key to this game for the Dutch today. I think patience is key. Turkey very much like to contain and put the high press on, so I think patience will be key. It's what GB had to be the other night, and I'm sure the Dutch will be the same tonight.
I'm sure they will, yeah. Van der Tillet, number 21, centres this second line for the Dutch. Vital poke forward by Charlotte Shields. The number 3 is Turkey. Very much their player to look out for is the number 10, Arslan, who scored that fantastic breakaway goal in their first game against Australia, and got a second goal against Mexico too. So she's very much the forward to look out for, very quick, and she's going to be played in on the break there, but she's on the puck now as the Dutch will control, and Shields will usher it away. Up on this left wing though, Arslan trying to get free, but the Dutch doing a good job of trying to lock down this right wing. Arslan in control now. Sort of a backhand flick into the zone. Shields will control in her defensive zone and look to carry out. Going on a rampage in surge forward, but vital challenge there coming in by the Yukdag, the number 5 for Turkey, who centres their second line. Onto the high slot. Mayoli, hit the post, I think, didn't it, high up?
Yeah, post or back. One of the two. Whatever one it was, it stayed out though.
It did. Turkey looking to break up the other end now. Over on the far side is Hoxios Monoglu, the number 17. Out on the near side now. Bosbey, the number 16, who went down injured against GB, but glad to see she was not seriously hurt and was able to continue. Bosbey running into one of her teammates there. As the Dutch look to counter. Mayoli trying to get it in behind number 8, Gerez, who will stick with her, but still with Mayoli. Tries to go short side. It's just about cleared into the corner. She'll regather and get it back to a point. And shot from Kaas will be closed down. Undervater will come across here now, number 13. Pushes it back to Kaas, number 12. Over on the far side, Dutch looking to try and make some progress on that left wing side with Nina Visser, but they'll have to check back. Oostborn now. Nice little stutter step move as she enters the offensive zone. And then good defensive play by Duskoff Proven, number 6, who's on the puck now, takes it behind the net. Over onto the boards, and Hoymans just about kept it inside the zone. She'll do so again now. Is trying to build some momentum in the offensive zone. Vital poke check by Van der Glas, but Turkey slowly trying to get away from their crease and advance up the ice. They'll have to do it a bit more now with number 4 there, Yavuz, who, as I say, never seemed to leave the ice in that first game. She posted a lot of minutes on the blue line for her team. That was close to being two new players, wasn't it?
That was a bit lucky there. I think the lines missed that. A quiet wee word from the benches. Yeah.
Picked off though by the Dutch. Carried in. I've seen them given. That could have potentially been a tripping call there. She's brought in.
Potentially a penalty shot as well. You've seen them giving us penalty shots.
Yeah, indeed. Van der Tillet, she was in on goal. Had full control of the puck. You're quite right, Owen. Could well have been given, as that one will come down and Vilkers will hold on. But again, slow, patient build-up by the Dutch. But Turkey, they break with speed, don't they? They transition from defence to offence.
They do. They're a very quick team. I've noticed that over the 3 games so far. Yeah, very quick coming forward. Certainly, they'll maybe give up a lot of the puck at the back end, but when they come forward, they're quick and they can very easily catch teams out.
Yeah. Goxal tips it in. Shields will control behind the net with Ashios Maloglu, I think it was, on the far side, number 17, who gets a challenge in, but the Dutch will look to try and counter, and it's Van der Tillet again, who was brought down just moments before. She seeks one way, fires only just over the outstretched glove of Sert. Bit of a sighter from distance, really. Ilksoy will help it along its way. Boxall tries to clear, and it will fall for the number 13, Pala, who centres the top line for Turkey. Boxall sends it around the boards. It will be collected by Bosday. With Volkers stepping in, and puck will enter the neutral zone with Mayoli. Good check back and looking for a play to open up, but again, Turkey getting numbers back and again doing everything they can just to break up this slowing Dutch move.
Yeah, very much crowding them out when they're on the puck. They're quick to get 2 or 3 bodies round about.
Shot comes in, kick save, and played into the far boards.
And again, there was a quick Turkish breakaway that we mentioned earlier, and they get the shot away.
That's right. Nice flick on the far side by Van der Maiden, and that sets Mayoli away down that left wing. Turkey again just about clearing the lines and won't quite leave the zone, with Hoymans doing some good work on the far side. Back with Visser with shot coming from distance from Mayoli, but again they've sort of been restricted to taking shots from distance, really.
Yeah, they are. As we say, they're crowding them out well, making the Dutch shoot from distance. And having watched this netminder a few times throughout the tournament, she's been equal to everything from distance. You know, you're going to need to get in close and make her work hard to get the puck faster.
Yeah, absolutely. Comes back to Karst, who fires, and that'll be a high glove save. But again, it was worth having a go from there, because she's got a decent sight of goal.
Yeah, you see them fly in, don't you?
Yeah. Karst, as I said, already has a point in the tournament so far, as does their defensive partner Hoymans, so they do have a lot of offence on that top defensive parent. Hoymans will drop back and control. Switches the play to Nina Visser. Visser puck just getting away from her there. Karst will regather out wide. But trying to pick out Usson. It was Van der Glas who was going to switch the play. Karst will get there first. Across to Hoymans. And back to Karst. Controlled by the stick by Van der Glas, but wasn't too high, and the official just waving that off. Karst will play out to Usson. She'll get the return, but again, those 36 breaking the play up. Now it will fall for Usson in a bit of space, and when she gets going, she can be dangerous, but she's controlled by Yavuz and can't really set up the play through the slot.
Good work just to force her wide.
Yeah.
Not let her get the shooting lane.
Yeah, as we said before, she's very much the player to watch out for offensively for the Dutch, with 4 points in the first 3 games. And Turkey clearly would have done their homework on that, and their top defender Yavuz has marshalled her well, really. Face off then to the right of the Turkey goal as Turk is looking at it. It'll be the Turks who will control. Nice drag back there by Gerez. Still advanced down the left wing and continuing to go. She gets around Chills, but Rubal back check well and force a turnover. Now the Dutch will look to counter. Van der Tillet looking to get in. She's another important player offensively for the Dutch as Chills will control. Nice to have some noise coming in, and it's split pretty much 50-50 with the school kids supporting Turkey and the Netherlands as Koemans goes close. It adds some noise and atmosphere.
It certainly does. It's fantastic to hear them all chanting for both teams, and I'm sure both teams on the ice can hear the noise and appreciate that as well, that the schools come in and make up their homemade flags, and it's probably about 3 stands full actually if you were to put them all together. About 3 stands full from various schools in the region, so good on them. And hopefully they enjoy it and it brings them to the ice hockey again.
Well, that's it, and all it takes is a game like this to get hooked, isn't it?
That's how I started, Adam, an international tournament like this.
It's all good for growing the game, as Kogi went close before there, just before we had that face-off, as a look to counter here, Turkey, and that's where they're dangerous as Pala looks to centre it to Bosbay, and then at the other end Ilksoy feeding it through, and Van der Maiden was just getting hooked back, I think, wasn't she? But again, it was a decent shooting opportunity before the infringement.
Yeah, you've seen them called as penalty shots. Well, just for the 2 minutes.
And it's Yavuz who comes off, and that's massive for Turkey, because you'd want her on your penalty killing unit, wouldn't you?
Yeah, top defence. You want them to be on the ice.
Sert, who's in goal for Turkey, is actually statistically has been the best goaltender at this tournament. Played every game for Turkey. Kars sends it across. Back to Kars. Osborn fires just a little bit short of the net as Van der Maiden sends it across. Van der Tillet helps it on its way. Osborn again to Van der Tillet. Got some space, fires. This are doing a good job trying to unstable Gerez in front of the crease there and create a bit of traffic in front of the net.
Yeah, but again, the Dutch have been forced to shots from distance.
Yeah.
Doing well in the box formation.
Shrunk the box, didn't they? That's, as you said. Osborn fires, forces a big rebound. Comes back out again. Kars will fire, and again, Sert will hold on. It was bouncing around a little bit there for her.
Juggled it a wee bit, got it in second attempt.
But again, shot through traffic, wasn't it?
Yeah. I'm not surprised at your start there earlier, that the best netminder in the tournament. She's been fantastic to watch over the game so far.
Yeah. Well, and she gets a lot of support from the D. Let's give them credit as well. But she has made the stops when called upon, and we can see there. That's why the Dutch are finding it difficult to break her down as that one comes through. And well, the most goals they've conceded in the tournament is 3, so they've never really been blown out of a game by a large scoreline, have they? Of course, they were hosts last year, Turkey, when Istanbul had the honours. They didn't do as well as they would have hoped on home ice, but they've certainly improved over the last 6 or 7 months and come here with a lot more competitive nature about them. And Van der Tillet sends it across, but picks off in the high slot and cleared all the way down the ice with 29 seconds left on this Dutch power play. So far so good in terms of the Turkey power penalty kill. Mayoli will control, switches the play out wide left and advances forward. It's Hoymans who likes to get forward. Mayoli in the corner. Good challenge coming in from the number 6. Pascott through.
5 on 5.
Yeah, they've killed it off. So vital kick save again from Sert, just away from danger. And battle behind the net. We've just passed the midpoint of the opening period. Comes through Mayoli, just out of the reach of her stick, so she'll come across. Volkers controls out wide. And Mayoli fires in. Again, it was a rising shot just over the top of a blocker, I think.
Never troubling, I don't think. It was high and wide.
Van der Maiden kept the puck moving, collected it on the left wing. Now Volker's just trying to keep it inside, but Turkey will get it clear. Arslan will find Gerez, who, again, the D likes to get forward, and she's in behind here, just out of her reach, and in a vital interception on the far side. I think it was Volkers who just got that poke check in.
Yeah, it was, I think. Very well done. It could have spelled danger.
Mayoli will control, picked off by Arslan. Her intended target was Van der Maiden, but again, Turkey defending well. Come back the other way now. It's picked off by the Dutch, who'll try to build again. They'll feed Van der Tullet, who cuts in off the right wing, but once again, a good back check there by Bosbate. The stick work down low is actually fantastic by Turkey, isn't it?
Yeah.
Every challenge they have to make, they nail it every single time.
Yeah, very easy to put a stick in and trip or foot somebody there, and not once. It's always a clean wee poke check, and they're winning the puck back well.
Absolutely. Kogi will control and play in Van der Tullet, who goes beyond the net. Rubol centres one, but again it's cleared by Turkey. Only five is Kogi, who fire, glove save, and she made that look easy, didn't she?
She did, yeah.
Plucking it out the air.
It's amazing how easy netminders make it look at times.
Yeah. As we said before, though, statistically she's proved to be the top goalie of the tournament so far, and when you've got somebody like that, I guess it gives the rest of the team confidence that you're always going to stay in a game. You're not, you've still got something to fight for down the stretch.
A good goalie and a good defence will always give you the opportunity to win.
Yeah. Ulfsborn fires again. Is it enough? Yeah. Just out of a reach there of Björkstad as she sets the attack on the way. Visser will control. Left wing. And the glass is tied up on the centre red line. Ulfsborn's going in there to try and work it loose. Nina Visser's there as well. There's only one Turkish player though, and they've come out with it, so we've got spare bodies here to potentially get a break on, but that was good play there on the forecheck by Ulfsborn, who read it well. Fast is up from the back. And over on the far side now for Turkey. Kizzle top for Ackerman, number 18. Couldn't quite get it out the zone, and then helped on its way by Björkstad. Visser almost came out with it there, but Arslan had her tied up. Ulfsborn screaming for it there. Wasn't the cleanest of feeds to her though, so she'll send the puck back, and they'll have to look to rebuild again. That was a beautiful pass second time though to Visser.
Just high enough to lift it over the Turkish stick.
Yeah, well executed as Ulfsborn will gather by the end boards. Feeds Visser, backhand shot. Probably didn't get enough power in it as she would have liked there, but she had the right idea.
Yeah, it's close, but again, great netminder.
Yeah,
keeping them out. And I think that shows that's eight shots on. Well, that's probably the ninth shot on net now, but I think the majority of them shots have came from the outside, or came from the high up on the point. The Turkish defence are keeping them well away from round about the net. There's only been a couple in close, working hard.
High slot, it's Shields who puts it away. Turkey will look to try and break here with Hasyas Manoglu, the top forward, most advanced player on the ice there, looking to get the break in as Van der Maiden dumps in. They'll have to leave it though because they're in an offside position. I still don't think they've realised that. Yeah, now it's going to be called. Players that failed to come back across the line, unfortunately.
I thought they did, but
there must have been one, and maybe on the far side.
There must have been somebody,
The officials are all top of their game, have come from the four corners of the world, and another great thing about this tournament is the quality of the officials.
All the games have been well officiated.
Bosbate flips it into the offensive zone. They'll give chase, but it's picked off by the Dutch, who will look to counter here with the number 24, Danik Kulki. Mayoli, who shot charged down by Yavuz. Ulsoy will go one way then the next, and will feed Mayoli behind the net. Mayoli looking to get back onto our forehand and get in front of the net, but Turkey will regather. Vital poke check coming on the far side though, once again by Van der Meyden. Carried in by Gogi, who fires. Again, Yavuz gets a stick in the way to block the shot, and then straight in front of the net to watch the player coming in, Van der Meyden. Such a dominant presence there, isn't she?
She's there every time.
Yeah.
There where she needs to be, reads the game so well.
And it's not like she's puck watching, but she just does it so well, just knows where to be, isn't it? Hashas Mamoglu, that was just dinked wide, that wasn't far off.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been far away.
And again, that's a warning for the Dutch, really, that how dangerous Turkey can be once they get into these advanced positions. And Rubol looks to cut inside, kick save, it will sit in the low slot, but she had her defenders there to help her out, and it will be cleared by the number 6, Paskopru. And now Pala, whose shot at the other end's been blocked, is on the far side. It's controlled by Van der Tillet. And then racing down the left wing is Demi Rubol, the number 11, around the board. Controlled by Kakdash, number 14, who's trying to go in and help to get the puck loose. It will come back to Undervater, who sends something towards goal. It will be picked off by Rubol. And then again, that straight stick just sitting in the high slot there. Well, players having to skate around it.
Yeah, just getting in the way a wee bit.
Did a little bit,
disrupting things.
Yeah. And long passage of play this without a whistle, in fact. So nobody's able to retrieve it, but the play's down the other end now and gathered by the Dutch, who will look to break out here. Down the right wing once again, Nina Visser in control, cuts in. Again, nice play by Kakdash, and also Bosbay, who had a couple of bites on the way through there just to steal the puck back. Van der Glas will feed Visser. Just out of a reach of the challenge coming in by the number 5, Björkdag. Usborn will control behind the net. Visser's there as an option, she'll find her. Back to Usborn and then back to Visser once again. To Cast, who fires. Ooh, and that could have easily been redirected there. Booming slap shot. But the Dutch still controlling. Van der Glas coming in now. But, Turkey will pick this one off and they'll advance. It's like a red tide advancing forward here as Gerez will try and work down that right wing, but great defensive coverage there by Hoymans, who out-muscled her really.
Yeah, done very well, very strong to pinch the puck.
Yeah. Played forward. And then Björkdag getting caught, almost in possession as Visser will advance. She'll cycle back round, switches it to Cast. Just had to readjust there as they get their communication a little bit awry, but no major trouble there as Mayodi will regather. Back out wide. Visser, who switches the play to Ilksoy, who carries in. Fires off the blocker. Oh, that nearly bounced. It could have gone anywhere, really.
Yeah, it could have got lucky, but sometimes you need a wee bit of luck.
Yeah. Your buzz there, though, to tidy things up along the boards. As Goxal on the far side was trying to get it away, but it'll come back onto his near side now. Ilksoy will keep the move going. Van der Meyden as well. She's working along the boards near the corner. Gogi will get a shot away again, just flashed wide. The Dutch are certainly throwing everything at them here, but again, Owen, it's still from distance, really.
Yeah, that's it. The Turkish team are standing strong in defence, and again, it's been a very long period of time since the whistle.
It has, yeah. That the stick's only just gone now because it had moved to the bench and it was near enough to retrieve.
Yeah. You're probably talking about 4 or 5 minutes without a whistle at this point.
I think so, yeah. Gogi, it comes back to Van der Meyden, who fires off the plexi. It's Dutch just having to shoot really any time they get the merest glimpse of net, haven't they?
Yeah. which you can only credit the Turkish team for.
Yeah, absolutely. Bogi will control, puts it out the corner. Nice speed then on this near side to Koemans, but Yavuz clears down to the last 40 seconds of the period.
Maybe time to set one more plate.
Yeah, you can maybe commit a bit more forward, couldn't you, on one last push, I guess, if there's only a few seconds left. And that's a perfect time to get a goal, isn't it? Because it doesn't allow the opponents to hit back.
Yeah, that's it. No time to respond when you score late on in the period.
On the far side, Hashas Monoglu will control with just over 10 seconds remaining. He'll carry into the offensive zone, will fire, comes off the stick of Volkers and away. And again, a vital touch, if we see it clear. And then that will do it then for the first period. But no goals, Owen, but still just as interesting to watch.
Yeah, it is. I think very much Dutch dominance.
Yeah.
But again, Turkey have looked very dangerous in the breakout, and when they break forward, they're coming close. It's certainly got the makings of an interesting last couple of periods.
It certainly has. Well, we're going to take a short break. We will be back with you in around 15 minutes' time, so please don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Dumfries Ice Bowl then, as currently we have a goalless game between Turkey and the Netherlands, but Owen, it's been absorbing, hasn't it, so far?
Yeah, it has. You think goalless game, you think, oh, it's maybe a wee bit boring, but it's been a cracking game so far. It's been a quick game, one penalty in about 6 minutes of continuous play at the end of the period. It's an interesting one. Just speaking to the Dutch photographer there, she thinks their team should be up by 1 or 2 goals.
Yeah,
and I think I tend to agree, but the Turkish team have worked hard in defence and net minding, and then managed to keep them out and giving themselves a chance and staying in the game. So
it's that contrast of styles, isn't it? And Turkey are very good at playing defensive hockey, and if that's their strength, then there's nothing wrong with that.
They're giving up a lot of time on the puck, but any time they came forward, they've looked dangerous as well.
Yeah.
It's only showing one shot on net, but they came forward, they come forward at speed, and you know they can catch teams out, and we've seen it happen a few times over the tournament already, and the Dutch need to be aware of that. They may have 60-70% of the puck during the period, but that 20-30%, the Turkish team can make it count, and you've seen it, they punish teams with a quick breakaway and the fast skating players they've got on the roster.
Yeah, indeed. Well, we're 20 seconds away from puck drop, and both sets of players seem happy joining in with a Sweet Caroline song.
Yeah, the kids are singing away, the players are singing away, everybody's happy, and it's fantastic to see.
So looks like Pala is going to take the draw for Turkey, and Emily Oostvoorn for the Netherlands, who is a winger normally, but will occasionally take face-offs of a team, as Goksal will find Yavuz. It's into a board, so we'll get an early stoppage there, but pretty much straight from the face-off, so we'll get another one just outside the Turkish blue line. Ready for a puck drop again, and we're back underway, and it's going to be Hoymans who banks it off the boards and gets the puck into the offensive zone, and then well won back by Oostvoorn, who caught Yavuz in possession there. Not often you see Yavuz making an error like that, but it was just good play by Oostvoorn, who's put under pressure, and now the Dutch can control high up the ice. Oostvoorn turning one way and then the next, trying to set up a line mate on the just behind the net there, which is Van der Glass, I think. And Visser comes in as well. Turkey trying to get free with Pala. And Bozbey almost forcing a turnover. Number 17 there, Hashas Manoglu, reminds me a lot of GB senior player Avi Coulshaw. Has a similar style of game to her. Works hard with the stick, trying to force those turnovers, and a good defensive-minded forward, as well as having the offensive threat. And it's carried out by Pala. And Van der Tillets doing a good job there of switching the play up. As teammate loses a stick. Visser, long shift for his top line. And Shills on the far side, who will help feed her a ball, who just sent a sighter over the goal frame there. Kogi winds one up, fires. Again, maybe come off the top of a blocker or at the end of a stick, perhaps.
I think blocker save there.
Yeah.
Done well. It's certainly looking like a dangerous shot, but again, the Dutch kept the shots from distance. The Turkish defence working hard in front of the net, not letting them in close.
That's right. There's a nice set-up move there to the back post. It was the number 18, Kizil Toprak, trying to pick out her teammate. And back at the other end, they'll go and defend with Kakdash and Arslan, who will split the puck out to Kizil Toprak. This is a good bit of play this from Turkey as they flood the offensive zone, but we're going to get a whistle on the play here. Let's say, is that a delayed offside?
Yeah, I think it's a delayed offside. It's certainly the lineswoman with a hand up, so it must have been. It's not a penalty or anything.
It was very late though, wasn't it? That
Yeah,
confused me about it.
Didn't quite see what had happened myself.
Face-off will take place just outside of the Netherlands blue line, right in front of us here in the commentary box. We've got a perfect view of it. Gerez tangling with Ilksoy, and then it comes free for Van der Maiden, who will chase down Netherlands still trying to break down this resolute Turkish defence. Kizil Toprak will counter now on the right wing. Underwater does well to steal the puck back. And on the far side, a defensive partner, Cheyenne Volkers. And again, Underwater banks it off the boards. It'll just get collected though by Gerez. It wouldn't quite leave the zone, but Turkey doing all they can to tie the puck up here.
Lots of bodies in there.
Yeah,
away with it.
Didn't even see
and it's a
Gerez.
goal.
Oh, it's gone in.
A goal.
Wow.
Oh, the goalie will want to see that one again.
Yeah, Volkers maybe just wasn't expecting. I don't think either of us were, to be fair, because you said, when it was just tied up down on the boards, and Gerez, I didn't realise it was still on the deck, but Turkey played on, and the Dutch seemed to hesitate, and it just opened up for them.
Yeah, that's it, and then squeezed through 5-hole.
And we'll see here, the puck just coming loose. One of the Turkish players goes in to collect it just out of your screen, cuts back inside, and shot from distance.
Number 10 it was for Turkey that shot it.
Yeah, so I'll make that at least her third goal of the tournament, and she is the danger for him going forward. Yes, scoreboard's been a little bit optimistic there. It's 7 rather. It is only 1. Well, we'll correct that for you now. But at the other end, the Netherlands looking to counter.
Yeah, looking to bounce straight back.
With Ulsfawn again, but well, I mean, that's really going to open this game up even more, you would think.
Yeah, it has. But what I think I've found throughout the tournament is sometimes that first goal brings a game to life almost.
Yeah.
It makes teams come out and, quite cagey starts to games. So hopefully that'll open the game up a wee bit more, and we'll see some more goals. And that was similar on Tuesday when the Netherlands played Latvia, because we had a couple of goals quite close together, didn't we? Yeah. It just takes that first goal to open the game up, and sort of probably takes a wee bit of nerves off of Turkey as well, being the underdog, so to speak, in this match-up. Yeah, well, Turkey have taken the lead, I think, in all of the games they've played, haven't they? Yeah, they probably will have done, off the top of my head, certainly, yeah. They did against Australia and GB, I believe they did. Well, they certainly got the win against Mexico. Yeah, I can't remember who took the lead in that one. But yeah, they've not overawed by the so-called top teams in the standings. They'll take their chances when they come, and Arslan is a fantastic forward who finishes when chances come her way, as Yavuz will come back down. She'll leave it, in fact, in the end for her defensive partner, the number 6, that's Gopru. And on the far side, Visser works it back to Huymans. And the Dutch, Ulsfawn, just losing her foot in there. The puck getting away from her stick. She'll get a second attempt here as we're controlling the corner. Back to Huymans, who has really impressed me on the blue line in this tournament. But Bosbay looking to break out there, just charged that pass down. Then Cass did well, because looked like she was losing her skates underneath her there, but did well. Visser will counter at the other end now. Dutch will use the opportunity for a line chase. Lovely drop pass though. And shot coming in from Kogi will force a save from Sturt, but that wasn't a bad idea. Yeah, it was. Nice wee drop pass on the plate. The fresh legs coming onto the ice, and gets a good shot away, and netminder again is equal to the shot. Nice catcher side save. Probably a good height for her, but yeah, as we've seen with the first goal, sometimes they do squeeze in. Indeed, yeah, and there's a saying, isn't it, if you don't buy a ticket you won't win a raffle, so why not give it a try. And nothing to lose really, as Robol gets a shot away, but blocked by Gerez, and then the Dutch not really able to connect on that rebound. They'll cycle it back round now with Robol. And again, Gerez got a piece of it. This Turkish team just trying to sweep it clear, and that looped up the goalie's stick there, I think, maybe. Yeah. Again, could have gone anywhere, but it's gone into the end boards. And Arslan back there working for a team. Again, the Dutch are getting shots away, but Turkey are putting lots of bodies in front. If they don't block them in the first attempt, the goalie's saving them, they're getting away in the second attempt. It's a spirited defensive performance so far. It is, yeah. And well, they're very well coached and well drilled, aren't they, Turkey? You can tell. And
Schills is open here, but it's played into space in the end by Kogi. Kizil Toprak will turn the other way for Turkey and will look to try and feed Arslan. Van der Maiden will cut in off the left wing. Popcek coming in from number 24 for Turkey.
Got a good backhanded shot away, I think, but again, it was right into the big Turkish flag in the middle of the jersey, and no problem for the netminder.
Yeah, Sert will have them all day, won't she? They'll not trouble her. But it's her side that lead. So over 6 minutes gone in the second period, and it's still the Netherlands way out ahead in the shot count now, 13-3. Yavuz will collect the loose puck in the corner, sends it across to Kakdash. Undervater keeps it in, but they'll look to break now, Turkey, with Bosbey, who races down the left wing. Good to say she's unhurt, because she did take a nasty challenge and collision against GB on that Tuesday night, so good to see that she's back out on the ice and unharmed. Over in the corner now, it will be controlled by Pala. Mayoli for the Dutch, but then Hashef Manoglu doing a good job again of breaking the play up. That Abby Coulshaw type player gets inside, is fired from distance from Kakdash. Carried out by the Dutch and Mayoli, who will get forward. Got Van der Maiden with her. She'll get the shot away, and again, maybe just come off the stick.
Yeah,
Goldie got a piece of it.
Yeah, another touch away.
Undervater whiffs on the challenge, but then she'll win it back and dump in. And collected. Yavuz will clear along the boards. And fired in by Cast. It's blocked, but again, shot blocked. Turkey have a chance to clear, but again, great work by Hoymans, who just stopped the puck from leaving along those far boards. Keeps it inside. The Cast, who's well, just to keep it inside, as Vitter's pass was quite powerful on her. Hustorn will control behind the net, with Yavuz trying to stifle her. Again, still with Hustorn, back to Hoymans, off the boards. And then just out of the reach of Hoymans there. It was a lot. It was kind of played between the 2D, wasn't it?
Yeah. Split the D.
Hustorn will gather. The player born in Cerritos, California. She's accidentally runs into Van der Glass, her line mate. Yavuz will head up the ice down the right wing side. Off the goal frame, but still falls to a teammate in Garez, who's a fellow defender, looking to cut inside, but Van der Glass got a piece of it, as did Cast. And then Arslan doing good work as well, but the Dutch will counter now with Cast down the left wing boards. Gets in behind, Yavuz. Vital poke check by Garez, just breaks the play up. Dutch will use the opportunity to complete a line change. Hoymans on the opposite side now, sends a low pass through and almost tipped home by, I think it was Visser. Hoymans.
Just came out.
It did, yeah.
Just came out. Again, though, the Dutch are being limited to shots from distance. The closest look in there was the quick breakaway from the other end. But once again, in net, we make a fantastic save.
That's right. Face-off will take place just outside the Turkish blue line. Well control with Pala. Starts down the right wing boards. Hashef Manoglu helps it on. And played into space. Volker's doing some good work there, but Hashef Manoglu gets it free, and tell you what, that was not a bad cut, that was it, with that sort of backhand play back towards the crease.
It was a good idea, and it wasn't far away.
All it needed was to take a rebound off the post or the pads or something. And Koemans will break down the left wing, nice pass back, and it's tipped home.
Yeah.
And the Netherlands are level.
Fantastic touch in at the back post there.
Yeah, she kind of made that move though, didn't she?
Yeah, so played it in front and got back on the end of the rebound just to make sure it was going in.
So yeah, the Dutch then deservedly back level, you'd have to say, given the amount of chances they've created, but we'll get a replay of it here.
Yeah.
Lovely play coming through.
Number 7, I think.
Yeah, Comans it was, who
and
started down that left wing, played it to her teammate, got a return, and just, I'm not sure if it was going in, but she made sure of it anyway, didn't she?
Definitely, yeah. And I noticed as well as he skated off, somebody collected the puck from the referee, so yeah. I'm guessing it's the first international goal.
It must well be, yeah. I've seen that quite a lot in this tournament.
Yeah, I've seen a number of pucks, being collected, and
if it is her first goal, well, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, and a nice wee memento to take home.
Yeah, well, that one is sent in. We'll get a whistle on the play rope for an icing, so not what Turkey want, having just given up that goal, but they're still very much in it at 1-1, aren't they?
So, yeah, we've seen how tight this game is. But like we said, Adam, sometimes it takes that goal to open the game up, and there we go. We've got a couple of goals in pretty quick succession, so
you're absolutely right there, and that's exactly what happened, really. They weren't behind for long, and they were able to get themselves back level, so it's as you were. Turkey looking to come back again with Arslan, and well, again, Turkey is starting to play with a bit more carefree abandon going forward now. It will force a save out of Wilkes, but yeah, it was Van der Tillet who Koeman set up, coming down the low slot, and getting confirmation of that there. But yeah, so 1-1 game, just past the midpoint of the contest. About 6.5 minutes between the goals, so the Dutch not needing too long to get back onto level terms.
It's interesting to note that it was a breakaway goal that set up for them, wasn't it? They broke at speed, and
it's the first time we really got in behind Turkey like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it. That's the play that they need, the quick break, and maybe playing with a high skater might actually work for them if they were to think on that line.
That's right. Also, we'll find Van der Tillet, who in turn finds Nina Visser. Again, one of the top players for Dutch, Nina Visser. Most of the players are based at the almost crept through then. The Dutch bench were very animated there, and they thought it was another goal.
Fans in the stand along from us as well. Yeah, good tip in front, and just the wrong side of the post, unfortunately, on this occasion for them.
It was, yeah. I was about to say, most of the Dutch players are based at a club in Hertogenbosch, and again, it helps generate that familiarity with your teammates, as Hoyman sends one in on net. Forces the rebound, and their teammates will give chase. But Oostforn can't keep it in on the far side. Kogi will come across, and Gava. Turkey making a couple of changes there, but they'll advance into the offensive zone now, will the Dutch. Turkey will dump in, and will give chase. That's going to be an icing call, and it will be Arslan was always going to be second best to get to that puck, I think. As we'll come back down the other end, but again, it's as open as the game's been, I think, at any stage.
As the two goals have opened it up as a contest, and Turkey are playing with a bit more confidence, I'd say now, and they're not scared to go forward, and it's leaving gaps at the back that the Dutch are trying to break into.
That's right. As Kogi will control, big slap shot here, and Oostforn got a piece of it on the stick but couldn't direct it on net.
Tipped in front but just wide.
Good ball, and then he was up along the boards, and then Oostforn sends it behind the net over to Nina Visser, who's in control now. A couple of vital poke checks coming in from Arslan there as he tries to break the play up, and then Oostforn, ever the opportunist there, just trying to get a piece on that and direct it in on net. Gizil Toprak cuts inside, back to Arslan, fires, and then it's the Dutch doing to Turkey what Turkey have done to the Dutch all game, and that was shrink the net there.
Yeah, well blocked in front, firing it through legs, or the one normally gets in the way.
Underwater sends it up the near side boards. It's picked off though by Kakdash, who will push out. Underwater gets back there once again. And the maiden, which the Dutch language, there is some similarities to English, so I think Underwater literally means underwater in English, and if you're from Newcastle like me and Geordie, Underwater, or Underwater as we would say, it's is not too dissimilar at all, really. As Hoymans fires in, goes into the corner. Kogi works it well. And she'll get the return. Cast is open on the point, but I think she was screened there by the two forwards, the two wingers of Turkey there, doing their job well. Hoymans sends it into the low slot, but it's picked off by the Turkish team and Pala, and then Kizil Toprak a drop pass, but Cast will collect that one up nicely, slip it out to Van der Tillet, and then back to Cast. Van der Tillet, Cast again. Nice play between those two. She tried to slip it through to Mayoli, I think, who's got the puck now. Hoymans. Again, it's played through. It's controlled by Bosbay, I think, and they'll use the opportunity to change. Forward to Van der Tillet. He can't control a fiercely driven pass as Kizil Toprak will advance down the wing. Cast will control. And Bosbay sent across. Ilksoy will come over. She'll look to counter now down that right wing. Yavuz will get the poke check in. And fresh off the bench on the far side is the Dutch number 16, Cheyenne Volkers. Twisting, turning one way and the next was Oostvaarn there, and Turkey almost got a break on there. Kogi will control again. She's had a strong game back there this afternoon. Visser. Kogi again. Oostvaarn's open, but they'll slip it forward. Nicely taken by Visser. Nice hands there. She tried to get the shot on goal with a backhand.
Nice hands, nice control. Take it in and get the shot away.
Yeah. Floated in on the far side by Volkers once again, who's still on this pairing. Floated back in, a couple of high sticks in there, but it's controlled in the corner. Now we're going to get a whistle on the play. No, he's going to be called for a high stick. Yeah. I must admit, I thought, it was high, but probably not high enough to be called.
I kind of thought 6 or 1 and half a dozen of other almost, wasn't it? They were both at it, and
indeed. Well, we'll get the Netherlands making a couple of changes there, as we'll get the draw outside the Turkish zone, and it is the Turkish side in control now. Controlled by Pala, will float one in. Oh, and that was out of the grasp of the glove there, and that wasn't far off.
Yeah, again, just squeezed wide.
It was indeed. Down the near side is Cast, and Ashes Manoglu with a nice cut back. Bosbay, her shot's blocked though well. That's good defending by the Dutch, and the number 13 there, Underwater. Van der Tillet. Getting out-muscled a bit there as Turkey will advance down the left wing. Nice challenge by Underwater though. And then played in. Turned aside by Vilkers. Like I said, it looks like the English Wilkes, but I'm pretty sure it is Vilkers, how you say it in Dutch. So apologies if I am getting that wrong. But I know we do have a lot of listeners in from the Netherlands, so welcome one and all, and the same for any Turkish fans listening in, and indeed wherever you are tuning in from. And the Maiden will fire. Forces the save, as a big rebound. She'll collect it herself. Mayoli's open if she can find her. There's Oostvaarn's calling for it, but in the end the puck just sort of disappointingly trickled towards the glove, didn't it?
Yeah, just creeped along there, along the pads at the tight to the ice and covered over.
Another fast-paced period though. Kogi's behind her. She'll take a slap shot. Fired, and again wasn't far off. Forced Sturt into covering off that blocker side. On the far side, it's with Nina Visser. Still with the Dutch as they build. It's a good save. Going to be a penalty here.
Yeah, penalty.
It's going to be on Turkey. It's only going to be the second one of the game. In fact, as Nina Visser's shot is held onto.
Yeah, again, it's number 4.
Yeah, and that's again another big penalty for Turkey to take because Yavuz is very much their top defender.
Yeah, 2 minutes for holding. I think it was almost a wee bit uncertainty with the Dutch, didn't they? The netminder wasn't sure if she was to leave or not. She hesitated a bit, and by the time she started to leave, the puck had already been covered at the other end.
Yeah, I guess it's always hard in the second period because you're that far away from the bench, so you got that extra.
That's it, and you don't want to go in case it's on your team as well.
Exactly. Because we had that in one of the games earlier on in the tournament when it wasn't clear.
We did, yeah.
And they did seem to play on. And well, on Sunday I was at a game in Whitley Bay between the Beacons and Chelmsford, and they actually that did happen. They allowed the advantage. Whitley had possession, but it was a penalty on them as the Dutch come in with Van der Tillet. So yes, you can imagine if the goalie had gone, then it would have.
That. Sometimes better safe than sorry.
Indeed. Cart gets it back to Kogi. Olsthorn's calling for it, slamming a stick on the ice there. Cuts inside. Oh, it's lovely drag back, and that's a beautiful goal. So one of the best goals of the tournament.
Fantastic. You've got to applaud that.
Absolutely.
Standing here applauding that goal.
Absolutely.
What a fantastic finish.
Emily Olsthorn, who deked one way in the net, and again, beautiful hands to pick it out into the glove side.
Absolutely. Adam, just what I was going to say. Incredible hands there to go around a couple of defenders and
here we go again on the replay. Went
fantastic.
forehand to backhand and back again, didn't she?
Yeah, that's it.
Beautiful goal. And the Dutch with their first lead of the game then, and again shows the importance of Yavuz to her team. She's off the ice and
that's it.
opened up.
Yeah. And like we said at the end of the first period, 25.8 seconds to go. It's a cracking time to score because
it really is.
The chance of Turkey scoring at the other end are obviously slimmed down a wee bit with there being as little time left.
The only positive is they've got the interval to regroup. If that power play had continued on the fresh ice and then they conceded, that might have been worse. At least the coaching staff have got a time to work on a reply. And again, Turkey are going to have to really open up and go for it here.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, what a way to end the period. The first period was goalless. We've seen three good goals, but that one was certainly the pick of a bunch, wasn't it?
Yeah. Cracking finish and certainly a goal of the tournament contender, I'm sure.
I would say so. It's certainly up there, isn't it? Well, we're going to take a short break once again. We'll be back with you in 15 minutes' time. Please don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Dumfries Ice Bowl as we've changed the lines a little bit here up in the commentary box. Joining me for this third period is Andy Glenn. First of all, Andy, you were sat just to the side of us anyway, so you were taking in the game. So what was your thoughts on the first two periods?
Great first two periods. I mean, quite frankly, it's been all the Netherlands, but in hockey you can't count anybody out, and the surprise goal by Turkey put the spanner in the works, and you saw the absolute panic in the Dutch fans next to me and the Dutch players. I thought Karst has been fantastic. She's come forward down the left a lot. Really, really good. Van der Philip has been also really, really good. And what a goal! What a winning! Not a winning goal. Sorry, the goal that's taken the lead just now. Superb.
Yeah, it was the hands on her as well to go forehand to backhand and then back again. And well, that was the first goal. That was Turkey's goal that we're seeing now, which came a little bit against the run of play. And then this is the equalising goal. Very good play coming in here from Komans. A nice give and go between her and the number 21, Van der Tillet.
It's the fake shot there.
Here we go. The hands there by
Boom.
By Usborn as we're 10 seconds away from puck drop. But yeah, great to see those goals back again. Hope you're enjoying the coverage back home, folks, wherever it is you are tuning in from. So we're ready to get the third period back underway then. And the noise generated in here by the school kids split evenly between supporting the Dutch and Turkey, and it adds to the atmosphere, doesn't it, Andy?
Yeah, I saw the Turkish players when they came out reacting to the kids and G'ing them up a bit as if they need G'd up anymore. There's been too many E numbers in some diets, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, at that excitable age, I guess, but it's good to get them involved, and if it encourages them to come and watch hockey on a regular basis, then that's fantastic. And who knows, there might be a girl in the crowd who might just take up hockey after watching this. As Usborn fires, that'll be gloved by Surt, but nice play by Hoymans on the blue line as well to set that play up.
Hoymans been quietly effective in this game, and she does what she needs to do quietly and efficiently, really good. I've also been really impressed by Turkey's keeper, Surt. I think she's been generally good. She's jogged a few, but she's been in the right position at the right time, and it's been a good game.
It has indeed, and Turkey's still very much in this, just a one-goal game. In fact, both their defeats have only been at 3-1, and one of them was an empty netter against Australia. So they don't seem to get blown away in games. They always keep it close, and I expect them to still be in it down the stretch in this game.
They've got one or two skaters that are really fast, but I think if they could move their offense just a little bit quicker, they'd be really dangerous because they defend well, and the breakout is just a little bit slow at times. And the Dutch have a bigger squad that are probably playing at just a little bit higher level, and I think you can tell, but Turkey are not out of this game.
No, not at all. And Arslan's always a threat, as we saw when she got the goal earlier on to open the score in here this afternoon. Kogi does some good work behind the net. She'll be the puck carrier, but picked off. Kakdash leaves it for a goalie, but then the quick release forces her into action as Kizil top practice work down the right wing boards in front of her own bench as Gerez will now control.
Kogi's been another Dutch player that's been superb in this match.
Absolutely. Attempted there, by Rabol. But I quite agree, Andy. I seem to mention her name a lot, particularly in that second period. She had a lot of ice time, but she was sweeping everything up on that blue line, stopping the puck entering the zone.
100%, Adam, 100%. Give her a chance.
It is indeed, and it could be Van der Meyden with a shot. Forces was it off the top of a blocker or off the top of a stick, but it certainly hit some part of the equipment there and looped over, but she wound up that shot very well.
Yeah, she's got a good shot in her, hasn't she?
She has. And first real opportunity for her to bear down on goal as well. So Turkey obviously needs to start committing players further forward. That's going to open up gaps at the back, which they kind of weren't playing that style early on in the game, of course.
I think they'll try, but I think the Dutch are pretty much in command of
that hit the bar.
Yeah, I think the Dutch are in command of possession, and I think they're really forcing Turkey back. I think, as you say, Turkey would like more possession and like to do a bit more of a rush, but I just don't think they're able to. They're not being allowed to put it like that.
Yeah, that's right. The Dutch aren't allowing them to play, which is what it's all about. As Turkey advance into the offensive zone, though, but Netherlands quick to regain possession. So a couple of minutes gone in this third period. The Dutch with a slender lead, having come from behind, and it's Usborn who scored that winning goal. So, leading goal, I should say. Go-ahead goal. There we go. And she fires across the face of goal and back down the other way. Forces Hoymans to retrieve the puck with Turkey fronting up, coming in. Ashes Monoglu, number 17, who I mentioned in commentary. She's very reminiscent of the senior GB international Abby Coulshort. Very similar style of player. As Van der Tillet controls in the corner with Javers right next to her. Van der Tillet forces a save. Goalie has to dive full length to clear, and Pope checks it away, and then Turkey will clear. The Netherlands will come down. That won't be icing though. It will come down to be controlled by Wilkes. So I am reliably informed that's how you pronounce it.
I felt for her when the goal went in. It took everybody by surprise, and it took her by surprise.
Took me by surprise.
the look of just disappointment in her face. Her heart went out for her, but hey, that's hockey.
It is indeed. She split ice time between herself and Arvind Tenkata, and the pair, there's not much between them in terms of number one status, I think. So, yeah, when it's that competitive for that starting spot, you're going to feel disappointed if you let a goal in, aren't you? As Kogi does well, gets in behind Goxal, and then on the far side, Arslan will be the outlet to carry out the puck, but good defensive play on the far side by the Dutch as Usborn is in control now. Drop pass to Visser, who fires straight into a breadbasket row, and Cert will hold on. A bit of frustration coming in from Nina Visser there, as I think she realised that was a good opportunity for her Dutch.
Yeah, and I kind of feel for Arslan as well. You know what, see if Turkey had a player like Linda Rula or something like that, they would be near the top of the... Well, any team had a player like Linda Rula, they'd be top of the table, but
right,
Turkey really need somebody like that. Oh.
Yeah, just flashed wide there, didn't it, as it came in. Rubal just at the bounce, taking her out the game a little bit there, as Javuz will counter. But yeah, as you say, Andy, Linda Rula even, she'll... if you had her in a defensive team like this, they'd be unstoppable just about, I would think.
Oh, you fancy your chances for sure.
You would indeed, yeah, as Usborn controls. Nice layoff into a pass of Koemans, who scored the equalising goal for the Dutch in that second period. Lovely bit of play between her and Van der Tillet, which brought that equaliser, as Javuz is committing herself forward. Oh, and that almost crept in, that force. The save from Wilkes, it bounced out of her glove and she just had to hold it against her chest there, and that could have gone anywhere as Van der Tillet looks to get in behind Pala, and then the puck behind the net. Pala's in possession now. She'll carry out as Ashes Monoglu looking to get free there, but there's going to be a penalty here. Penalty on the Dutch. So a first halfway opportunity for Turkey then, interference. And we'll see what this brings, but a great opportunity for Turkey to get themselves back level here.
I kind of thought that was, maybe the puck was just a little bit too far in front. I kind of thought that was a good defensive play, but referees have called it as interference. But I tell you what, the threat from the Dutch comes from so many different players. I think that's the difference between the teams.
Yeah.
You could see any of the Dutch popping up with a goal every now and then. You're looking at 2 or 3 probably for the Turkish side.
Yeah, I mean, what we were saying before we went on air this morning about Australia having an even spread of talent, and you could probably say the same about the Netherlands, couldn't you?
Yep, 100%.
On the far side, it's the Turkish side making this, trying to make this power play work from Yavuz. Tried to keep it inside the zone, which he did initially, but second phase saw Netherlands clear, and it forces Goxal to control here, with Usborn doing a fantastic job in the corner there.
I love that pressure on the puck there. Great stuff.
Yeah, Gerez now, who will cut through the neutral zone. Nice stick work there though by Nina Visser, who back checked well. And then she's poked it into some space there. Can she get a short-handed effort on goal? In behind, cuts back inside, forces a save, and Cert read it well. That's going to be an icing call, is it? Yeah. Yep. But fantastic bit of play by Nina Visser there, but equally Cert did well to make that stop.
Yeah, Visser just had the pace to get inside. I thought she was going to run out of ice. Made a tight cut in. Cert was brave and stood up. Good. I like it.
We're going to face off at... well, they're going to say that was an error, and it wasn't an icing. So that was that's hence why we had the face-off at centre ice. It was officials must have made an error on that icing call, but looked an icing to me.
Just an icing call all day long, surely.
Yeah.
Unless we've missed a touch or something. But
maybe, but anyway, the officials have corrected the decision, and so Turkey weren't penalised. But they're struggling to get out the zone here. Arslan will control now. Dutch will make a couple of changes to their lineup. Arslan in control again as she darts down the left wing. And Tillett goes with her. Hoymans in good control. Off the boards, and then to Yavuz.
Do you happen to know the average age of the Turkey team? Because they look a little bit younger.
Actually, I don't.
Just some of the skaters look a little bit younger, and you just think that's going to be good for the future for Turkish hockey.
I would imagine it's changed rapidly since, because they were hosts last year. But when I say last year, the tournament was in June and July, so you're talking 6-7 months ago, and it's the performance has changed massively. I would suspect a lot of the older age players have now aged out, and as you say, Andy, they've backfilled it with some younger players. But this looks a very talented young side, and in the next couple of years they're going to grow and develop even better. Similarly to GB, really, because they had a good tournament last year. Their top end players, the likes of Shamini Jackson and Ellie as well, who went to Finland. So they've lost some top players, and it allows it's a much younger core, and that group is probably going to be together for the next 2 or 3 years and several tournaments. So Netherlands will carry out here with Oostvoorn now on the left wing. This is just behind her, cut straight through the middle of that 5 Turkish players who are playing very narrow, and then Karst gets a shot away, just wide of a goal, back off the boards, and then over on the far side, Turkey looking to control with Paskopru, number 6, and then
Oostvoorn's come on it again since she scored that goal, hasn't she?
Yeah, massively so, yeah. And Visser dances through the top of the slot, eases back. Ashes Manoglu still in control despite the challenge coming in on her, but sends it back behind the goal rather than advancing out the zone. Back with Yavuz, who likes to carry from a deeper position. And
that was a good player as well.
She certainly is.
She had a great tournament.
Yeah, she has, and I mean, not that there's an all-star selection team of the tournament, but you'd probably have her on your D, wouldn't you?
I would.
Yeah. As in control now is Karst, and again she's been in contention for a defensive spot. I would think she's impressed me throughout the tournament, as has her partner Malin Hoymans. Controlled by Bosbay up on the near boards. Rubal will leave it. It will be controlled by Goki, and then Komans. Nice work by Ashes Manoglu, just getting a piece of a puck, keeping it inside the offensive zone and breaking that flowing move the Dutch were trying to put together as Paskopru will dump in. Arslan will chase, but gathered quickly by Nina Visser.
Dutch are much more composed in this third period than they were chasing the game.
They
you could sense there was an
yeah.
element of panic when they went a goal behind.
Yeah, and even before that, when they hadn't got that breakthrough, there was a bit of frustration.
They're much more composed now and looking, in control of this game, I would say.
Yeah.
Although it's only one goal.
Arslan's shot deflected up into the high part of the flexi, back into play, and the Dutch will counter down the left wing now. And nice bit of play there. Pushing back to Volkers. Rubal will, thought she was going to get the return pass for a second there, is Oostvoorn, who's had a lot of ice time in the second and third period, as you'd expect. Centre and pass. Rubal just couldn't quite connect cleanly on it to direct it towards goal. That will be gloved by, Furton, as she got a glove to it, that was released. And then Arslan, who will counter the other way once again. Along the far side, Kogi getting a challenge in, but it's still with Arslan. Bit of a heavy touch, sees the puck leave the crease, comes back down. And then Yavuz will control.
It wasn't a bad pass to play though. It was in a really dangerous area. And that just shows how fragile a one-goal lead is in hockey.
Absolutely, yeah. And it'll be controlled again on the far side. Karst. Dutch patient build up here. Southern control Karst and slips it just out of a reach of Van der Meyden. Oostvoorn helps it on its way. Now Van der Meyden behind the net. Usfawn, who tries to cut back, trying to squeeze it in on that blocker side, but Surt looked had to have that one well covered, didn't she?
Whistle went, she had a bit of it covered, but the whistle went a wee bit early because the puck came out and left Rose when the whistle went.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting stuff. What, 9:31 left? Still think the Dutch are going to hold on at them?
I would think so, although I wouldn't be against Turkey tying it up and taking it to overtime just because it's been an absorbing game, hasn't it?
I just asked you because I knew you were going to say yes, and I just want you to tempt fate, you know, and get another goal in this game.
Well, I'd love to have another goal. I'd love to see an extra sort of 5 minutes bonus hockey as we had the other day with the Dutch played Latvia. It's they've been, I don't know about you, Andy, but I've been impressed with every game I've seen. I can't say that any game hasn't been interesting to watch. They've all been of a high standard, and you want more of it, don't you?
It's certainly been levelly and closely matched.
Yeah,
I think that's the key thing. I don't think there's any one team that's been incredibly dominant. I mean, obviously Australia with 3 regulation wins, but they've all been hard fought. And
they have, yeah.
We're getting to the business end now. We're starting to look at gold medals and promotions and relegations, and that's starting to loom large. And hey, how cool was Sarah there watching that whistle basketball?
She was much calmer than I was, because I thought that might have crept in, but it's going to be nice and cool on the Dutch. But yeah, I mean, in terms of Australia, arguably they've got their 2 toughest games to come, haven't they? Because Latvia is the only other team that's unbeaten, albeit 2 of their wins have come in overtime or a shootout. And then they've got the hosts in the final game, who almost certainly will be still playing for a medal at that stage.
Yep, 100%.
So arguably the 2 toughest games for them, isn't it?
Yep.
And of course, GB beat Australia in the warm-up game. So again, it's still plenty to play for in this tournament. As Visser fires, only just wide and off the plexi. There's a rising shot though, and then one dinked in from the far side by Cast. That'll be gloved by Surt, and she'll hold on for the face-off. But
just looking there, number 24 for Turkey. I can't see her name for here.
Yes, it's Senuva. Yeah.
She got stuck to the back of the head, and she's looking around for who done it. It was accidental, but it was a sore one.
Yeah, she'll be, as hockey players often do, take the numbers, remember it for later, but not so much prevalent in the women's game, of course. But like you say, it was purely accidental.
Yeah.
Although Mexico have been interesting to watch, shall we say, and
I've enjoyed watching the Mexicans tonight. They've been great.
Yeah.
But
never a dull moment with them, is it?
I like the physicality of the team. They're not going to get bullied around, that's for sure.
No, that's right. I might be able to teach the Whitley Warriors a thing or two about that. As Usfawn finds Volkers, that will just creep over the blue line and to dump it in, but Comans was offside, as was the play on the top there. I think it was Rubal as well, so I had a couple of players there offside. 8-12 remaining, but
30 shots to the Dutch and just 8. And the third match for the Turkish team. That kind of start that demonstrates the one-sided possession of it, but we're still only 2-1.
Indeed, yeah. So still, while it stays a 1-goal game, Turkey very much still in it. As Gerez gets a shot away, and I think it took a deflection on the way through, and again could easily have been directed onto goal. And we've seen before that Vilkers was caught before flat-footed, so it's possible. But there's not much between her and Tim Carter. I know you've seen both play in the tournament, Andy, and they've both been solid between the pipes.
Yeah, I mean, the game that I was commentating on earlier with Tim Carter, I thought she was excellent.
Yeah, as she was in the first game as well, against GB. Shot comes through, traffic, she'll hold on.
I know you said they split the 2. I thought it was a surprise to me when Tim Carter lost her starting spot.
Yeah, well, it was to me, because I just thought you ride a hot goalie, don't you? You keep them in the whole time. But I know last year, or 6-7 months ago, they split the ice time then. So I thought maybe it is just a tactic that they do and keep it fair. And if you've got 2 good goalies at a similar level, that comes off the blocker from under Vatter, you would want to keep it fair, wouldn't you? If they're very much the same quality, and that's very nonchalantly gloved, isn't it? There, that was done with confidence.
For sure. I mean, I would imagine Sert's got to be up there. It's going to be top goalie.
We were saying that before with Owen. I think statistically she is, isn't she?
I'll check that out when you have a chat. I'll go through my paperwork.
Team Australia just arrive into the arena there on the ice next when they take on Latvia. That's a massive game for both sides, as we said before. And okay, today, of course, is Australia Day, so I'm sure you'll be bringing out some facts of that one, Andy, for the next game.
100%.
As carried in by Van der Tillet on the far side, Maioli with some great stick work on the far side there. And Turkey carrying out. And then good play by Bozbey. And then Hashas Manoglu with a lovely drag back. The sort of Abi Kulshaw of Turkish hockey. For those who are familiar with the women's game in this country and the senior GB, Abi Kulshaw, 23 years old, and represented the GB University side in Lake Placid just last week. So it's a compliment, trust me. Who, if any Turkish fans are listening and wondering who Abi Kulshaw is, do check her out. She's a well-established player in the British game.
Okay, I've got some goalie statistics. Well, Azra Serp is second in the goalie save percentage and second in goal against average. It's Jalzavita Stadnica who's top,
from Latvia.
and her goal against average 1.27 and her save percentage just under 95, which is excellent in any form of hockey.
It certainly is. Evelyn Brown third on that list as well, which is good to see. Right. So that's good to see as well, because Evelyn's only 14, so one of the youngest goalies here, in fact. So certainly the youngest on the GB team. As that saved, puck was saved, so Serp will hold on. We're going to face off in the Turkish zone. But yeah, exciting young talent to come out of Scotland. Evelyn Brown, that's a name we'll be hearing in international hockey for GB over the coming years, I'm sure. Shot comes in, came off the body of Serp and then looped around the boards. Must have some power on the shots for it to continue that momentum. As Arslan will break down the right wing, attempted poke check by the Dutch on the far side. Gets a shot away still though, even though she's off balance. And Nina Visser trying to push out here. Steps in off the right wing.
Good move. Just slow things down, wait for your teammates coming on ice.
Yeah, Arslan will come across. Back to Visser. Visser cuts back inside, fires, love save, big rebound. Comes back out to Van der Tillet. I should have said pad save actually, but got a little bit excited there as well, watching the action in and around the crease.
Nice.
And then that's going to be nice and cool, as you say. That'll bring it back down. 4:58 to go, but time ticking away for Turkey. But like we keep saying, they're still in it. Outshot 34-9, but they're so good at soaking up pressure, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I mean, I think the thing is that most of the game has been played in the Turkish defensive zone, so even if you're getting the last minute or so and you're thinking, we might need to pull a goalie, there might not be the opportunity to pull a goalie. Dutch are just controlling this game really well.
Well, that's it. Well, it's their best form of defence is to play it in the offensive zone, isn't it? And stop the opposition from coming out the zone. That's where it starts. You keep the puck away, as far away from your own goal as possible. Can't score from there. Kogi will control. Nice pass out wide to Koeman, just bounces off a row, and that allows Yavuz to carry forward as the Dutch make a line change. He'll blast one, but well blocked by Undervater, I think it was, and possibly Kogi got a piece of it as well, and she'll release Usfon now, who gets a shot away off the blocker. Off the blocker of Serp. But yeah, as you say, wound that one up well. It looked destined for a top shelf, and another shot comes in, she'll cover that one up.
That was pure hand-eye coordination at speed from the keeper there. Superb by Serp. Superb.
Yeah, obviously stats tell you a lot, but what they don't tell you is what you actually see in the game itself, and her play throughout has been fantastic, I think. And,
well, I think this game, obviously the stats are for the first 3 games, the first 4 games.
Yeah.
This is going to add to her reputation as a keeper.
Faced 35 shots up until now as well. That's good going. Her save percentage is certainly going to be up there. As it's played out wide. So Bozbey tried to get in behind Hoymans, but the young Dutch defender did well to defend that. Maioli will now pick up the puck inside the last 4 minutes of the game, or regulation at least, as it comes across to Bozbey. Again, she'll look to enter a zone. Hoymans again doing a good job. And then Pala gets caught in possession. Usfon will counter. Cuts back to her forehand and then to her backhand. Shutters it back Thinks she's trying to find Hoymans. Puck didn't have the legs to carry it. Bosway picks it off, but then Cast will gather just by her own blue line, really, as it's carried in on the far side. Shot comes in by Van der Meyden. That's going to hit the netting, so we'll get a whistle on the play there. But yeah, I mean, the Dutch again, it's almost like a safety net approach, isn't it? None of the puck comes out, it's just there to trap, and then they'll go again, and Turkey just can't get into the zone, into the offensive zone.
The Dutch have been unlucky in this tournament. It's just been a bit of the hockey gods have just not went for them in this tournament. You know, the overtime loss and things like that. I mean, obviously they got a great start beating the hosts.
Yeah.
But since then, it's just not went for them. You can see them knocking on the door and be close to being really, really good.
Yeah, nice play. Arslan couldn't control it, so will. Volkers will receive from Kogi. Yeah, I mean, obviously Australia, arguably the best team that we've seen in this tournament so far, and they were convincingly the better side against the Dutch. But then, certainly against Latvia, your heart went out to the Netherlands, didn't there? Because that was a game neither side deserved to lose, did they, really? Let's be honest. Both sides give it their all, but unfortunately there has to be a winner and there has to be a loser, and the Dutch gave absolutely everything and were probably in control for a lot of it, but Latvia are deadly when they get their opportunities, and they took them well. As Arslan couldn't control the Dutch, I think is a more mature performance in terms of game management at this stage of a game, and granted that Turkey don't quite have the offensive talents as a Linda Ruler, but which team does? As Arslan will control, she's certainly the outstanding talent at the front of the team. Played out to Van der Tillet. Worked some phase, or just popped out the glove, but she left it because she could see Javos coming in to sweep it clear, and that will do her for now. Comes back out to Arslan with Komans pulling under pressure. The two goals, or two of the three goal scorers in the game, I should say. Arslan giving Turkey the lead, and then Komans equalising. Always somebody blows a tar on the far side. I think it's Roos Cast, number 12, and Komans picks out Komans. She fans on it, goes again. Now Cast again. She'll dump in around the boards. A little over a minute remaining. Turkey just can't gain possession, and the Dutch controlling high up the ice. That's all they need to do. Hoymans sends it around the boards again. Both her and Komans doing a good job of locking this right wing side down. Komans coming in. They're so good at Andy, aren't they? Just stopping the puck from leaving the zone and making it harder for Turkey to build anything.
You know, you're looking at the last minute and a half. It's been all Netherlands possession, really.
Yeah.
Turkey would love to gain possession and have a last hurrah.
Nice control by Ilksoy as well, who took it on the heel of the sickening chase. She'll dig it out the corner now with 30 seconds to go. Netherlands on their way to a second win in the tournament. Forces a save, and it came off the pads and almost looped in, but that would have been harsh on Sturt, to be fair, who's been outstanding once again. Visser working so well. And as you said, I don't think they're going to have the opportunity to pull the goalie here, such as the Dutch control. Hoymans off the board. Ilksoy will come across, but that's going to do it then. Netherlands with the win. And, well, if you look at the shot count, you can't really argue that the Dutch were the stronger side.
Yeah, Netherlands deserve one, and they keep their very slim hopes of gold alive. They need a lot of results to go their way, and some quite unusual results.
Yeah.
But they're definitely in contention for medal now. They move up to 7 points. They'll still remain in third behind Latvia on the head-to-head, but Turkey will be kind of happy. They remain on 2, and they're looking at the Mexico results. But Mexico in the next few games have got some.
We've got GB and then Netherlands,
tonight,
haven't they?
and then the Dutch again, and the Dutch will be going for a medal. So Turkey might have done enough to stay in the division.
That key game was probably that head-to-head, wasn't it, between Turkey and Mexico, and Mexico took it to penalties as well.
Sudden death penalties as well. There was one injury to the Mexican, and it changed that entire overtime period.
Yeah, it did.
Who's going to be man of the match? Would you right?
Ooh,
Or
that's
player of the
a
game, sorry.
good question.
I'm going for Sert for Turkey.
Well, she's got to be in contention. I like Tasha Manoglu. I thought she did well going forward. For the Netherlands, it's take your pick, really, isn't it? As we said before, there's a lot of them very good. But I'm going to go with Van der Tillet, I think.
Van der Tillet is good.
Yeah.
I think I'll go with Carson.
Yeah. So I've gone for a forward, you've gone for a D. And Arslan's got it as well. And to be fair, she got the goal and she's been strong throughout the tournament. But when you've got a goaltender who stopped 35 of 37 shots,
can't argue with that.
You can't argue with why you went for that choice. But
I love the professionalism. She's given it in a case, right? Come on, I'm going to take it out of the case, get my photo taken with it out on display. Quite right. Well done.
As we will stay on air for the post-game ceremony. And we're awaiting the Dutch announcement. And I believe, Andy, it's the officials who make the choice, is it not?
Is it?
After man of the match. Oh, sorry, for player of the game even.
For player of the game, yeah.
Yeah, my apologies. Yeah, very different to how it's done in this country. Van der Tillet.
Van der Tillet, you called it, Adam. Well done. Well done.
I think that was more luck than judgment, because you could have picked any one of the Dutch players. As we said before, collectively it was a fantastic performance. But
well done.
Van der Tillet worked hard,
Ellen.
I thought, throughout.
Yep, well done, Ellen. Hup hup, as they say.
Yeah.
And going to get the Dutch national anthem.
We are indeed, and it's a nice anthem that it is as well. As Van der Tillet brings her award back to the team. Congratulations to the Netherlands then on their win. Commiserations to Turkey, but as you said, Andy, it's not all over for them. They're going to try and avoid relegation, but I think we've seen enough from them over these 4 games to suggest that they shouldn't really be worried about that.
No, I think not. So I think thanks to everybody who's joined us, and I'm sure fans of both these teams will join us tomorrow, final day of the competition, all to play for, and we look forward to speaking to you then.
Yeah, thank you all for joining us. I've been Adam Matman, and joining me for this third and final period was Andy Glenn.